Hey, Mauricio Balvanera from AppJudgment here, and I just finished reading a few reviews of the iPad, just the iPad, it's not the 3, just the iPad, from the likes of The Verge, TechCrunch, and the Wall Street Journal. And there's one thing that I walked away with, and that's, God, I wish someone would paraphrase all this info for me. So, okay, here's the roundup. Joshua Topolsky of The Verge says the iPad 3 screen is like a glowing piece of paper, and at 2048 by 1536, I don't doubt it, but I think it's probably more like a glowing iPad 2. He tested the Verizon LTE version in Manhattan and got a whopping 20 megabits down and 13 up. Now that is off the chart.
The test numbers I'm seeing are pretty off the charts.
He loves the newly branded iSight camera, but thinks he'd look ridiculous taking pictures with an iPad. I totally agree. He loves the battery life, and his own test matched the marketed 10-hour Wi-Fi, 9-hour LTE numbers Apple is claiming. He loves to zoom in and out of iPhotos and remove temporary tattoos. He loves long walks in the parks, and he thinks that the iPad is really good. Okay, it's just really. He just said it twice. Next up, Walt Mossberg of All Things D says, "Make sweet, sweet love to me, Apple." I read between the lines just a little bit. He says the improvements include a better display and content is delivered much faster, both of which he considers massive upgrades. In regards to the screen, he says it's like getting a new eyeglass prescription. With LTE and Wi-Fi on, he logged in 9 hours, 58 minutes compared to iPad's 10 hours, 9 minutes. Walt got down to the minutes. Take that, The Verge. Walt says its strengths position it as the best tablet on the market. If you have an iPad 2, don't rush out unless you use it as your main e-reader and read a lot, or use it away from Wi-Fi a lot. And he concludes, the iPad has the best tablet on the market, and with the new iPad, it still holds that crown. In bed. Over at TechCrunch, MG Siegler, formerly known as MG Siegler of TechCrunch, says, "Jinx to Walt Mossberg because he too made the eyeglass analogy." Quote, "The new iPad screen manages to make the iPad 2 screen look like antiquated technology." He goes on to say that web pages look like they're being displayed in a high-quality glossy magazine, and that photos look like, what are they called? Photos, like the real kind, the kind that you have in your hand. Text is razor sharp and crisp, just like print. MG did his own Verizon LTE speed test, and he got a whopping, I already used the word whopping before, I'm going to use it again, whopping 40 megabits a second down and 20 up. Take that, New York, and Joshua, and The Verge. Take that. MG didn't go all Mossberg on it, though. He critiques the front camera by calling it ho-hum VGA technology. The iPad gets a bit hot on the lower left hand after use and says that Siri is surprisingly lacking. He suggested that if you have the original iPad, it's a no-brainer upgrade. iPad 2 users have a tougher call. If you don't have an iPad yet, get this. Then he dropped his microphone and swaggered his way back to the world of venture capitalists. Now, I'm sure you all appreciate this very thorough review, but you should check out all the original articles. You can check out MG here at TechCrunch, Walt over at the Wall Street Journal, and of course, Joshua at The Verge. Now, we're actually going to get our own iPad here in the office. A few of them. Graham's going to get one. Zach is going to get one. I'm going to try really hard not to get one. Make sure you subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow.